The reality of it is that black people in America are not permitted to think critically and analytically. And if they catch you thinking critically and analytically, they're going to deal with that. Yeah. Many of you remember what happened to Dr. Leonard Jeffries. Similarly to Dr. Jeffries was a Dr. Levin. Dr. Levin has not lost anything. All right? Dr. Levin said that we are racially inferior. And Dr. Jeffries said, well, we are the Sun people. The First Amendment protected Dr. Levin, but it did not protect Dr. Jeffries. Yeah. All right? Now, if you ask most people why, what would be the answer? Most people say race, right? Racism. Okay. Okay. That is, however, not the primary reason. Racism is not the primary reason. The primary reason why Levin was protected and Jeffries was not is because the First Amendment only protects falsehoods.
Teach, brother. Teach. Yeah.
The First Amendment only protects falsehoods.
Yeah.
All right. When I was in law school, I remember the professor was getting class and they would say, yes, the Constitution is the greatest document that man has ever drafted. Many of you probably heard that.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Greatest document that man has ever drafted.
Yes, it was.
And Negroes say, yes, this is a great document.
Yeah.
Even though in that document they made us the natural enemies, the white people.
Yeah.
All right? But Negroes say, yes, this is a great document.
Yeah.
All right? Obviously, no thinking going on.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. However, they said of all of the provisions in the Constitution, the most precious provision in the Constitution is the First Amendment. And the question becomes, the question I asked then, well, why is this an important provision of the Constitution? Why is this the most important provision of the Constitution? Why is the First Amendment the most important provision? And I came to the conclusion that the First Amendment is the most important provision of the Constitution because the First Amendment promotes falsehoods. Okay? You have the right to speak freely as long as you're speaking falsely.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And when you get some people that start speaking falsely, like you get Reverend Hoopenholler in the church speaking falsely to his congregation, and then they start speaking falsely to somebody else, then you got a problem on your hands.
Yeah.
All right? Because there can be no critical thinking if everybody engages in fallacies.
Yeah, that's right.
All right? There can be no positive reasoning if you're using fallacious thought processes to come at your conclusions. All right? All right? You can't do it. All right? So the First Amendment was set up to deal with fallacies. Okay? Because white people deal in fallacies. Okay? You know, people ask me, they say, well, do you think the white man's a devil? And I said, well, I don't know if the white man's a devil or not. But he certainly acting like the devil. All right? All right? All right? I don't know if it's the devil or not, but he certainly acts like the devil. All right? All right? Okay? All right? And then, growing up in Georgia, I remember going to church every day, every Sunday. And you know, they would always give you this picture of the devil with his tail and the pitchfork. Telling you that if you do wrong, you're going to hell, and you're going to burn for the rest of your life. Well, if there is a hell, we must be in it right now. Why we're in hell, I don't know. I don't know whether we were banned in some other world or something. All right? All right, I don't know what the deal is, all right? All right? But certainly there's a hell we're living in. Why we got here? All right? Okay? Why we got here, I don't know yet. I'm still working on that. All right? But certainly that's what we're dealing with. Now, when you begin to realize that the people that who wrote the Constitution practiced Satanism.
Yes, he did.
Okay? When you begin to understand that, then it becomes very clear that they would say, yes, the First Amendment has to be the most important because we got to promote lies.
Yeah, that's right.
All right?
Yeah.
Because if the truth shall set you free, then lies must keep you in bondage.
Right.
That's the flip side of it, right?
Right.
I mean, you believe the Bible says the truth set you free. That means that you want to stay in bondage, you got to have lies.
Yeah.
All right? So in order to keep us enslaved, all right, you got to deal with falsehoods. What was interesting is the religious provision. And so people say, well, they got you there, Maddox, because separating church and state, freedom of religion. However, what better way to divide and conquer people if Satan is sitting high and telling you that you can practice 10,000 different religions? Because the more time that you divide up into your gods, the more you're going to be each other's throat. And the only person that's not affected by this is Satan.
Yeah, that's right.
Because Satan don't believe in none of the gods.
He's the God.
The only person that gets away with this is Satan. Or somebody's acting like Satan. Or somebody's practicing Satanism. All right? I mean, to tell you can practice all these different religions, therefore, this is the most precious provision of the Constitution. The First Amendment is. Because we have bound ourselves by this provision. Now, people say, well, Columbus was the greatest white man that's ever lived. Before Columbus, we didn't have to worry about white people. People that was over here in the Americas that had to worry about him, everybody was saving white folks until Columbus struck out. All right? And the reason why Columbus struck out is because some brothers from Africa, you know, talking a little bit too much, let them know they were traveling over here. Now Columbus and his boys would not go about 5 miles past out in the Atlantic Ocean because they thought the world was flat. Okay? So we were protected from Columbus and the Europeans because they were engaged in a falsehood. All right? And because they was practicing this fallacy, they refused to go out into the Atlantic Ocean because they didn't know how far they were going until they fell off. Okay? So the world was safe, okay, as long as they was into their falsehood. Okay? It was only when they found the truth that they were set free to roam and kill everybody around the world. So therefore, we began to understand why white people realize the value of false beliefs.
That's right.
Okay? Which is what has killed black people. First of all, believing that the Son of God is blue-eyed and blonde-haired.
That's right.
All right? Just like every church you go in New York, you got a blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus. Which is the greatest and the most harmful of all false beliefs. All right? I mean, to have a Bible in the church that describes who Jesus is, and you paint a blue-eyed, blonde-haired, possible devil on your wall is the greatest of all false beliefs. That's right. All right? Right there. All right? I mean, for anybody to believe in that, you have to be crazy. You have to be crazy.
Well, we got a lot of that.